Hey everyone, this is Alex. So I just have another charm update today. I think this is probably number 8 or 9 at this point. And so I just wanted to show you the couple of things that I've made in the past few weeks. Actually, I guess it's been a little over a week. So the first thing I have is this figurine, and it's Zelda. And as you can see, it's got Link and Zelda, and if you're familiar with the Zelda games, this is the scene from Ocarina of Time where they meet for the first time in Zelda's courtyard. So as you can see, it's kind of textured and shaded and everything, and the chibis are kind of derpy, but it's kind of whatever. And then after that, I made some chibis. So I made a Link from Zelda chibi because I've been making a lot of Zelda stuff for a contest. And I absolutely love Zelda, so this is Link, and he's got his fairy. Then I have this Spock chibi from Star Trek. It's also for a contest, but I like Star Trek too. I'm a huge nerd. I have this Ash from Pokemon chibi. And some of you might be wondering, I don't know, this Ash, this particular version of Ash with the red hat and everything, is from the older Pokemon series. I guess I'm not really old, but I'm a bit older than some of the YouTube crafting community. I'm 19, so this was the Ash that I grew up watching when I was a little kid, and I know on the newer Pokemon animes they've changed it. But yeah, he's got a little Pikachu on his head. It's super cute. I really love how this one came out. Then I have an Ewok chibi from Star Wars, which is like kind of stupid looking, but I don't know. I gave it a try. Then I have this chibi girl in a Mamoshiba costume. So, yep. And then my final chibi is more detailed. This is from an anime that I watched called Fooly Cooly, and it's my favorite anime ever, and this is my favorite character. Her name is Haruko. She's kind of this deranged alien from outer space, and she plays bass. She carries a bass, hits people with it. It's a really funny anime, so yeah, it's like my favorite show ever. Then I made some video game related stuff, because I love video games. So I made this little tiny gumdrop nugget Pikachu. That's my original design. Not that it's actually hard to make, but this thing focus. So he's just kind of this little nugget. He's got a tail. Super adorable. I absolutely love this. I think it's so freaking cute. And then I made an Umbreon chibi. Well, sort of a chibi, I don't know. Also love how this one came out. It's adorable. Ah! I get excited because normally I can't make Pokemon very well at all. Then I made the 3 spiritual stones from Zelda. So you got water, fire, ruby. I believe let's see if I remember the names. You have the Kokiri Emerald, the Goron Ruby, and the Zora Sapphire from Ocarina of Time. And then this is a really obscure game, but it's from Earthbound, and his name is Mr. Saturn. And if you play Super Smash Bros. For the Nintendo 64, he was also in that as a weapon. But that's one of my favorite games. Then I have this Ocarina of Time, more Zelda stuff. And finally this heart container from Zelda. And then I made, well, this one's just kind of random, no category for this. It's just this little flowery cameo. And I've made these before. I actually sent one to Tilly Loves Craft to review. So hopefully she'll be getting that pretty soon. But yeah, she hasn't posted a video for it yet, so I don't know. Then I made some Mamagoma stuff. So I have this Mamagoma with an octopus on top. And I'm sorry if you can hear airplanes in the background. We live right near an airport, so it's kind of annoying. And this Mamagoma in a duck costume. Then I made this Rilakkuma cream puff. The wafer stick got kind of bent, but it's textured really well. Then I made this Rilakkuma, Macaroon. Korilakkuma, I guess. So then I made some Mamoshiba stuff. So I made this little bunch of Mamoshibas. I got the green one. So I guess he's a soybean, a red bean, and a black bean. even though the black bean is actually like a purpley color. And then I made my favorite Memeshiba, which is the samurai one. And I'm really happy with how this one turned out. I think it came out really well. And I was glad I actually got the face because it was so tiny. And now I made some kawaii character stuff. So I had this little Kogipon on a blanket with his glass of milk. I have another Kogipon that's just like curled up holding his legs. I have these two Monokurobus. They're like nuzzling with their squishy little pig noses. I made this Tara Panda with cherries. I made Choco Cat, which I have a tutorial for, and I will link it somewhere in this general vicinity of the screen. I made this Tokidoki Unicorno. I believe it is Stellina. So yeah. And then I made this Hello Kitty on a little raft with a drink, inspired by the stationery that I just bought. Then I made some food. So I made a bunch of caramel apples. I made this realistic one. These are like the caramel apples that I grew up with at the store. They're like green apples with just like the caramel on them. And you can kind of see I shaded the green apple so it looked more realistic. And I also shaded the caramel. Then I made this candy apple that has nuts and chocolate on it. Then these are inspired by ones from Disneyland because I've said it in like every video, but back when I lived in LA, I used to go to Disneyland like once a week because I had a season pass. I quit my gym membership and I got a season pass to Disneyland, and it was the best idea ever. So this one is just a Belle candy apple, and if you go to Disneyland, you'll see their candy apples are actually covered in sugar, and they have things like marshmallows on it, so the arms are supposed to be marshmallows and it's covered in yellow sugar. Then I have a Mickey Mouse one, which again, the ears are supposed to be like chocolate covered marshmallows. And then I have a Minnie Mouse one. And I'm very happy with how these came out. I think they're super cute. Then I just made this cute little summer themed macaroon. I thought it was pretty cute. Just got like little flowers and whipped cream. And then this one I am super, super proud of. It was inspired by Tony Ellison's tutorial on the takeout boxes, so I used the template for it, but then I did what she did in her ramen tutorial, and I made the floating chopsticks. And I've always wanted to try this, but I was always like too afraid that it wouldn't look good, but it came out so great, and I'm so proud of this. So, yep. And then finally, I'm saving the best for last. I made some Totoro stuff, and I'm really, really, really proud of this stuff. I think these are like some of the best things I've made. So, I made these two Soot Sprites on leaves with the candy that they eat. And I don't know if you can tell or not, but I actually shaded the leaves and everything. And they're really well textured, so they look like real leaves. So I made a pink one and an orange one. And then I made this Totoro on a stump, which I will link the tutorial for on the page as well, because I also did a tutorial on this one. And then finally, I made this figurine, which I am like so incredibly proud of. This is like my favorite thing I have ever made. So it's this Totoro tea set. And it's got a Totoro teapot. And the top comes off and you can see the tea inside the teapot. And it's held up by a bunch of Soot Sprites. And then it's pouring tea, if you can see that, into the cup. And then it's got a little sugar bowl. That's one of his friends. And I actually put craft sand in there to be the sugar, but you can't really tell because I glazed it. And then he's got the little milk guy, his other friend. And then I put it on a big leaf that I also textured and shaded really well, so maybe you can see that. So yeah, I'm like super, super proud of this. I think it came out really, really well. I'm really, really happy with it, and yeah. So that's my charm update for the week. I hope you guys liked everything. I made a couple tutorials, but if you want to see some tutorials on other things, please make a request. So yeah, bye.